Christmas is coming, and it's so easy to get overwhelmed, especially as a special needs parent. That's why today I'm sharing some tips on how you can slow down and enjoy the season of Advent and then arrive at Christmas ready to celebrate. Hi, I'm Kelly Mantone, the founder of Accepting the Gift, a ministry for Catholic special needs parents. If you follow any of the big Catholic bloggers, YouTubers, or influencers, you're probably aware of all the various books, crafts, foods, and more that you can be doing for Advent. And maybe you feel like you should be doing it all. And while Advent is a time to focus on prayer and fasting and penance to a lesser degree than Lent, and that can be great, it can seem almost like one more thing on your to-do list, especially given the unique needs of your child and all the additional needs of getting ready for Christmas. So, is there a way to observe Advent without getting frustrated or frustrating our kids? Yes, and I'm here today to give you 3 ways to do that. First, keep it simple. Pick one thing that you would like to do as a family this Advent. Maybe it's light an Advent wreath and sing a verse of a song after dinner. Or maybe you'd like to do a Jesse tree. You could use the book, The Jesse Tree for Families, and hang an ornament every evening before bed while you learn about Jesus's genealogy. I know a lot of families have luck with a small manger, and every time their children do a good deed during Advent, they put a piece of straw in the manger to prepare for Jesus's arrival. So there's lots of things you could pick. The point is to pick one, okay? And pick something that's best suited to your child's age and abilities. It's easy to look at other families and think you should be doing so much more, but this Advent, focus on saying no to comparison and yes to simplicity. Just pick one tradition to focus on with love and know that that's enough. I'm going to share a few links below in the description of potential things that you can do, things I've done through the year with my family. Pick one and then bookmark this video and come back to it next year if you want to try or add something else. Step 2 is simply simplify your Christmas preparation and be deliberate in what you choose to do. Consider cutting back on decorating, on attending overstimulating parties and family gatherings, and cut back on the shopping. And if people give you a hard time or question your actions, just say that, the holidays are becoming too stressful and you really needed to scale back for your sanity and for your children's well-being. Bake a few less cookies or just buy them. Send out fewer Christmas cards or none at all. You can always go back and do it again next year. It's not like whatever you choose to do this year, you've given it up forever. I think, so often we get stuck in doing the same things year after year. We don't really think about, is this tradition still working for our families? You might be surprised. So scale back. Maybe not everybody in your family wants to walk out into the forest and harvest a Christmas tree. Maybe they'd just be as happy if you went and picked one up at the local Home Depot. So again, if you miss it, you can always pick it up again next year. 3, make Advent a time to rest and recharge, spiritually and physically, because if you're less stressed, chances are then your children will be less stressed, and then you're all going to arrive at Christmas in a better mood and ready to celebrate. I think a great way to start is just 5 minutes of silence. If you can try to find 5 minutes of silence without your phone every day, and just use that 5 minutes every day to give thanks to God for something and to reflect on Christ's upcoming nativity, that's just a great way, a great little spiritual practice you can pick up this Advent. If you want to do a rosary or one of those beautiful devotional books, that's great. But I think so many of us special needs parents, we're so frazzled and overwhelmed and maybe already spiritually struggling that trying to take on some big spiritual challenge this Advent, especially with everything else we have to do, it can just seem like impossible. And if we do start it, we often don't finish, and then we feel like a failure. So don't even stress about that. Just look for 5 minutes to give thanks, sit in silence, and reflect a little bit on the nativity. And in addition, try to look for some other opportunities to rest this Advent season. Rather than doing maybe some stressful holiday activities, holiday parties, meetups, things like that, look for some more restful and cozy type family traditions. Sitting together under blankets, watching a nice Christmas movie, driving around, listening to soft Christmas music, and looking at lights, things like that. Maybe get in the habit of putting your kids to bed a little bit earlier and going to bed earlier yourself so you can catch up on some sleep this Advent season. And then everybody's going to arrive at Christmas a little bit more well rested. So that's it. Those are my 3 tips. Pick one family Advent activity, 2, scale back the Christmas prep, and 3, focus on rest for your physical and spiritual well-being. That way I think you're going to be able to arrive at Christmas, ready to celebrate and not collapse. And it's really going to put you on the right foot to start off the new year. So what do you think? What tips would you add? Be sure to share them in the comments below, and then check out this next video. I'll see you next time.